Okay, looking at weekly task 6 for Year 8 Term 4. Starting with our units diagram. So we've got kilometres converting to metres, we would be multiplying by 1,000. Metres to centimetres, we would multiply by 100. Centimetres to millimetres, multiplying by 10. Then millimetres to centimetres, we would divide by 10. Centimetres to metres, we would divide by 100. And metres to kilometres, we would divide by 1,000. So we've got 52 millimetres, we're converting to centimetres, so we need to divide by 10. So that would give us 5.2 centimetres. Then we've got 0.7 centimetres going to millimetres, so we're multiplying by 10, so we'll get 7 millimetres. And then we've got 5.3 metres going to centimetres, we're multiplying by 100, so that would give us 530 centimetres. Circumference of a circle, we've got c is equal to 2 pi r, or we can write c is equal to pi d, where r is our radius and d is our diameter. Here we're looking for the perimeter of the shape. We've got 90 millimetres, 3 centimetres, 4 centimetres, 7 centimetres, 5 centimetres, so we're going to convert that to centimetres, make that 9 centimetres. Along the bottom we don't have a measurement, so we can add the 3 and the 7 and get 10 centimetres there. So our perimeter is the sum of sides. Oops. So we can then do our 10 plus 9 plus 3 plus 4 plus 7 plus 5. So we should then get 38 centimetres there when we add that up. So we'll go 10 plus 9 plus 3 plus 4 plus 7 plus 5, and we get 38, yes. We could have done the bit where we bring that line up over here and there and make that 7, 4, and so we'll get the 9 and the 10 and just go 10 plus 9 plus 10 plus 10 plus 9. Or we can do the long way. Doing our conversion for area units, we've got our multiplying by 1,000 squared, multiplying by 100 squared, multiplying by 10 squared, divide by 10 squared, divide by 100 squared, and dividing by 1,000 squared. And we could write that in full as in 1,000,000, 10,000, 100 when we've squared each of those numbers. Here we've got converting metres squared to kilometres squared, so metres squared to kilometres squared, we're dividing by 1,000 squared. So we're going to go 330,000 divided by 1,000 squared. And we get 0.33 kilometres squared. Here we've got 3,000 centimetres squared, we're going to metres squared, so we're going to divide by 100 squared. And we get 0.3 metres squared. Then we're writing our rules for our shapes, so we've got our area of a circle is pi r squared, our area of a parallelogram is base times height, our trapezium is a half outside of a plus b times height, and then our rhombus is a half xy. Then looking at the shapes that we've got to find the areas of, we've got a semicircle and we've got a parallelogram. For our semicircle, we know that that's half of a circle, so we can write that it is a half of pi r squared. So we've got a half times pi times, and here we've got our diameter is 20, so our radius is equal to 10. So then we would do 0.5 times pi times 10 squared, and we get 157.079, so I'll make that 157.08, and that is centimetres squared. Then we've got our parallelogram, so our area is equal to base times height, so we've got 12 times 8, and that gives us 96 centimetres squared. Then we go on to our volume. So our volume capacity units that we have here in our our conversion of those. So we've got 1,000 millilitres is 1 litre, 1,000 litres is 1 kilolitre, 1,000 kilolitres is 1 megalitre, and then we can convert from like centimetres cubed into our capacity units. So 1 centimetre cubed is 1 millilitre. 1 metre cubed is the same as 1 kilolitre, or 1,000 litres. Here we've got surface area and volume for the cylinder. So surface area for the cylinder is 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. So we've got 2 times pi times 5 squared plus 2 times pi times 5 times 6. So we can work that out. And we get 157.079. And we get 188.495. When we add them together, we get 345.57, and that will be centimetres squared. For our volume, we're going to do our volume is equal to pi r squared times height. So pi times 5 squared times 6. And we get 471.24, and that will be centimetres cubed. For our time, we've got our 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, 52 weeks in a year, and 12 months in a year. Converting 11:05 p.m. to 24-hour time, because it's p.m. we need to add 12 to that number. 11 plus 12 gives us 23. We keep the minute numbers the same, and then we put a h on the end. Congruent triangles, we have our codes of SSS, SAS, RHS, and AAS. And our rules for parallel lines, we have our F rule, that corresponding angles are equal, our U rule, that co-interior angles add to 180, and our Z rule, that alternate angles are equal. Here we're looking for the congruent shapes and giving coded reasons. So we've got triangle ABC. Is it going to be congruent to the other triangle? So we've got 40, and we've got 80, and we've got the 15 in between. So we need to label the second one in the same order. So when we went from A to B, we were going along that 15 line. So we need to go D, F, E for that one. And the reason is going to be our AAS, because we've got 2 angles and the side. And the last one, we've got our Pythagoras theorem questions. So we've got our A, B, C. So we can write c squared equals a squared plus b squared. X squared is equal to 1 squared plus 2 squared. So x is going to equal the square root of 5, because 1 squared plus 2 squared is 1 plus 4 is 5. Do the square root of 5. And we get 2.236, and we can round that to 2.24, and that will be meters. And then the last one, we've got our c squared equals a squared plus b squared. So we get 3 squared is equal to x squared plus 2 squared. So 3 squared take 2 squared is going to equal x squared. When we do our 3 squared take 2 squared, we get 5. So then x will be the square root of 5, which we already did in the other one, will be 2.24 meters. Okay, all done.